Hey everyone, how's it going? So I'm finally back after 60 days of procrastination. So in this video, we'll discuss how we can deploy an application. So the front end would be React.js, backend would be Spring Boot, and for database, we'll be using MySQL. So I'll be using Heroku for that. And the best part about Heroku is that you don't have to pay for anything. Also for basic things, you don't even have to add your credit card. So this is a sample application. I didn't want to do anything else. So this is a React.js based application. So this fetches records from a database. So this sends a request to my backend Spring Boot. So this is /user. This is the endpoint, and it fetches a list of users along with their IDs. So the emphasis on this video will not be on the application, but on the deployment part. So if you have no idea about Spring Boot, you can check out my video series on Spring Boot. There I've also covered database part using MySQL, so that would be good as well. So this is the Spring Boot application. So this is just a sample application. So it's connected to my backend MySQL. So this is that database. And for front end, this is the React.js application, which gets data from that Spring Boot application via REST endpoints. But for some services, they will ask you to add your credit card. You can add your credit card, but it should have international transactions enabled. After you're done with your sign up, you can create a new application. Just go to new and create an application. Just add your name here and your region and create app. So this is going to be a backend service. So I'll be connecting it with the database MySQL. So go to resources and you can add your add-ons. So you can click find more add-ons. So Heroku by default won't allow you to do that if you don't have your credit card added to your Heroku. But if you don't want to add your credit card, you can use another web hosting called Hostinger. So you can use a hosting platform called Hostinger just to host your database only. So it's completely free and it doesn't allow you to add your credit card. So yeah, if you don't want to add your credit card, you can do that. So let's suppose you do that. From here, you can select one of the MySQL database. So I'll be using this one, ClearDB. And you can do install and you can add your application where you want to install that. Make sure you are selecting free. So depending on your internet connection, it might take a few years to install. Once we're done, we just need to configure our MySQL database with our backend Spring Boot application. Now once you have added your MySQL database here, you can click on that, as well as you can go to this settings and then go to reveal config variables, and you can just copy this. So here, this is basically your host URL. So let's set up a new connection. So let's name it as Heroku YouTube test. So the host name is this one. So port is fine, 3306. So username and password, you can get it from that URL that we clicked. So here you can click on this one and then go to system information, and here you can get this username and password. You can store the password here. So let's test this connection. So it's working fine. We can connect now. So once you're connected, by default this will be your database. It won't have any tables. So you can use the use command to use this database. So this is the same as this one mentioned here. So this is your database. So now you can use it like your local database, and you can create your tables and insert some data, whatever you want. This is what I was telling you about. So if you don't want to add your credit card in your Heroku, you can create an account on Hostinger or any other service that doesn't want your credit card, and there you can create your database. So now we want to deploy our app to this. So what we can do is we can go to this deploy section. So there are a couple of methods which we can use. So I'll be using the GitHub method. So you can just configure your GitHub with this. So let's first create a Git repository and push that code to GitHub. So I'm in GitHub right now and I'll be creating a repository for backend, and the same thing I'll be doing it for front end. So you can click on private, so it doesn't matter. So now we're done with making a repository. So let's configure it with our remote database and not our local database. So instead of our localhost 3306, we'll be using our host ID. So this is our host URL, and now port is 3306, and this is our name of the database. So this is the name of the database, and the username and password are written here. So now once you're done with that, you can try and check if it's working or not. So I'll be using ddl auto command. So it basically creates your database from your Spring Data JPA. I have this entity here, so it will create a table called users. So I remember that I used to get this error that this database has exceeded maximum user connection. So for that, I found one property that you can add and resolve this error. So let me show you real quick. So for resolving that, you can add these properties inside your data source. So if you're using application.properties, it will be spring.jp.datasource.hikari.max lifetime, and it will be 20 seconds. So let me restart that. The only problem that I had with Clear Database was that it was too slow. Even for hitting some request that takes 1 second, it was taking 5 to 10 seconds. So it's fine for some POCs, but yeah, you can use some other websites like Hostingin just for creating a database. So now let's push our code to our Git repo. Now once we have pushed the code, you just need to do one click deployment. So you just go to GitHub. I've already connected my GitHub. If you're new, it will ask you for username and password. You can add that just like Facebook login. So you can add your repo. So this is my repo, and let's connect this. So that's it, it's done. So now you can do two things. You can either go for enable automatic deployments, or you can do just deploy branch. So you can click on one of the branch and that will deploy it to this particular app. So what happens is if you select enable deployments, so whenever you push something in your master branch or whatever branch you've selected, so that branch will be deployed to this backend application. So let's do a deploy branch for now. So the best thing about Heroku is that it will automatically detect what this branch contains. So whether it's a Java code or a React.js code. So you don't have to specify anything. Also, if you add your credit card, it will give you some 400 hours extra. So I think it has 600 hours per month, which is I think beyond what you need eventually. So the application has been deployed. You can test it out here. So this is your URL and you can test it, user. So the reason it's not giving any data, it's because I've added this DDL auto command as create drop. So every time my Spring Boot application will be deployed, so it will just drop my database and create again. So everything will be raised. So let me comment that, and now I will show you the enable deployment options. So if you choose enable automatic deploys, so you just need to push that. So let me push that, but before that I'll add some data. So you can see once I do a push, it will automatically deploy that. So now I've pushed that and let's see. So it will deploy this automatically. So how you can see that is there is an option of overview, and there it will show you. So now the build has started automatically. See, so you don't have to do anything. So you don't have to press even a button, and now you can see when I refresh that, it's getting some data from the database. So now we're done with the backend. So let's move to the front end. So in the front end, we'll be using the same approach, but instead of this URI, we'll be using the same URI that we are hitting. So this one, let's create a repo and push that. So you can click on new and create a new application. So I've named it Heroku example frontend 3. So let's create this application. So you don't need to specify whether this should be a React.js application or a Spring Boot application. You just deploy whatever you have. So I'll create a GitHub repo and connect it with that. So this is the repo that I'll be using. So I've pushed the code to the repo. So let me connect this front-end application. So it's connected, and now you can do deploy branch. So as I said, you don't need to specify anything. So it will automatically detect that it is a React.js application and it will deploy. So once it's deployed to Heroku, you can just click on view and you can check if it's working or not. So yeah, this is fetching the data from the database. So yeah, it's working fine. So as I said, the front end and the back end part is fast, very fast, but the database that they use, the ClearDB, is very slow. So you can opt out for new database that you can. So you just need to connect your backend service, that is Spring Boot, to a database wherever you can find that. Hostingin would be a great platform, or you can search and let me know in the comments below which is one of the best platform. One other best thing about this Heroku is that if you're not using any service for 30 minutes, it will go to sleep and you won't be charged your hours for that. So I think you get 1000 hours, and that is more than sufficient. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. If you want to check out my course on Spring Boot or a crash course on Java 8, you can check that out also. Thanks for watching the video. Bye bye.